How do you feel about old brands being brought back to life? Let me reiterate that for you. How do you feel about Nivada Grenchen being revived? I'm personally a fan of the brand and love their build quality, value proposition, and designs. I reviewed their Super Antarctic 369 a year ago, and it left a very memorable impression. But sadly, that watch didn't stick around because I'm fortunate enough to own an Explorer 1, and I felt like it was a little bit of an overlap. However, this chrono, the ChronoKing Mecha Quartz Salmon, is a keeper and for good reason. Stick around and I'll let you know what makes this one so special. For this reissue, Nivada Grenchen worked on a new version for its fabled Chronomaster, inspired by a vintage ChronoKing dial straight out of the wild and wonderful 70s. Originally sporting Paul Newman style subdials, it was a Tourneau style housing with a Valjoux 72 movement, and behind this very special dial, a very special name, Singer, a leading dial maker that was highly regarded by many by producing some of the most iconic and collectible exotic dials. He was actually responsible also for producing dials such as the Speedmaster Racing, the Hoyer Skipper, and the Universal Genève Blue Nina, to name a few. It's fair to say that Singer had a true eye for design. This watch is a limited edition, but Nivada doesn't really make mention as to how many pieces. The starting price is $479 for the strap versions and $679 for the bracelet versions. Let me get into the specs of the watch. The entire case is constructed of 316L stainless steel, and the case measures in at 38mm. It's 46.5mm from lug to lug. The thickness is 12.95mm, and in between the lugs it measures 20mm, so finding aftermarket straps should be no problem at all. The water resistance is actually 100 meters. That's very impressive given this is a chronograph and from a smaller brand. It only weighs in at 70 grams, and the watch is fitted with a double dome AR coated sapphire crystal. Not sure if the AR is on the outside or the inside, but when I first unboxed the watch, I thought it was acrylic because of the crazy reflections and warmth to it. The case is very well constructed and has both brush and polished surfaces. I love the angular design and it's totally giving me Zenith vibes. That's a great watch company to be compared to. The retro style case design evokes that era where chronograph watches were used for their intended purpose. I appreciate the lack of screwed pushers, as in my opinion a chronograph should be ready to be used on the fly. That's one of the issues I have with the Rolex Daytona, but I'll leave that discussion for another video. The side push and pull 6.8mm crown is easy to operate. I would say a little too easy, so make sure not to accidentally pull it out before you get this watch near water. The dial is stunning and the salmon color changes from a dark, almost brown to a pink hue depending on the light. This new version of the Nivada ChronoKing has total 70s vibes, of course. This tri-compact configuration is well balanced, and the tan subdials with the telltale Art Deco style Newman typography light up the salmon dial. The minute track and white gradients create this unusual sense of depth. And kudos to Nivada for making the hands black. They're very legible, and the white tip of the chronograph also makes it easy to read. Around the dial, there's a bi-directional aluminum friction bezel that's smooth to turn. And let me know your thoughts on the 60-minute bezel. Do you think it fits the aesthetic better, or would it look better if it had that tachymeter bezel? Either way, I love the play of color, and for me personally, a 60-minute bezel is a lot more useful for my lifestyle. The watch actually has decent lume. It's been applied on the hands and indices. Nivada doesn't specify what type of lume they're using, but I know some of their other models use Super Luminova. Whatever lume they're using is good and just make this watch a well-rounded watch and the type of watch that would be considered a gotta watch or a go anywhere, do anything type of watch. On the back of the watch, there's the screw down case back with the logo of the company and some information about the watch. The case back seems pretty slim, no complaints there. The movement being used is the module TMI BK63A Mecha Quartz movement, blending quartz accuracy and reliability with mechanical beauty and charm. This movement offers 3 years of battery life, and the chronograph hand moves smoothly, echoing the valued mechanics of traditional watches. Look, I'm a fan of these movements. Even when you press the pushers, it feels like you're engaging a mechanical chronograph. It truly is the best of both worlds. The rubber strap is very smooth and very silky right out of the box. It's flexible and very comfortable on my 6 and 7/8 inch wrists. They also include a signed buckle, and although I'm a fan of this rubber option, I think the watch looks incredible on that Beats of Rice bracelet, but the $200 delta in price seems a bit steep to me. Here's an interesting side note. A fitted rubber strap that's meant to fit a 40mm Rolex Submariner actually fits this watch like a glove. This fitted strap is from my friends over at Horace Straps, and I think it changes the watch. Not only does the watch look sleeker, but it's a lot more comfortable on my wrist. Look, I'm not a huge chronograph nor a color dial kind of collector. In fact, most of the watches you see me review on this channel get sold or exchanged very quickly after the review. But not this time. Not this timepiece. The fact that this watch is a limited edition, is a descendant of a cool vintage watch, has all the right specs, costs up $500, and has a beautiful dial, make it a watch that's easy to wear every day, and it's just different enough from everything I own. I couldn't recommend this watch enough, and my personal goal is to own a mechanical chrono from Nivada. Let me know what you guys think of Nivada Grenchen and this watch. Do you guys love it as much as I do? Until next time, be safe out there and stay humble.